Hi, I'm Brandon, and I'm back to do a commentary on the interrogation of Yazan Asfour, slave to mistresses, as you better know him. Alright, let's get into it.
Cuffs. Some of them we've had to kind of slide them up a little bit. Are they hurting real bad, or are they okay? You think that they're okay? All right. Well, if they start hurting real bad, just let me know, okay? Okay. All right. What's your name, sir? Yaz? Yazan? Okay, I'm pronouncing it right, Yazan? Okay. All right.
Yeah, some of these have pretty bad audio, so hopefully you can just bear with me, and hopefully we can actually hear what he's saying.
Yazan, my name is Leslie Floyd. I'm an investigator with the State Attorney's Office. I'm here assisting the Flagler Beach Police Department in their investigation, okay? Have you ever been arrested before? No. Okay. Are you from here? No? Where are you from?
Jordan.
From Jordan? Okay. Are you a citizen here? Are you cold, or are you just nervous? Are you nervous?
He's just trembling in fear.
Is that why you're shaking?
He had no problem coming over to see a teenager, and imagine the fear that if she was real that she would have been experiencing.
I'm going to talk to you for a few minutes. I've got some questions for you. I got to get some information from you. Since you've never been arrested, do you have a question?
What will happen? Please,
Okay. What's going to happen is I've got some questions I got to ask you. Since you've never been arrested before, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to let you know what your rights are, and then after I do that, if you agree to talk to me, then you can tell me what happened. But before I can talk to you about any of it, I've got to tell you what your rights are. Okay? So just try to relax. I know you're nervous. Just try to relax.
Excuse me. Everything will be on the TV?
They haven't made a decision yet on...
Yeah, it's gonna be on TV, Yazan, and years later, it's gonna come back to haunt you.
It has all been videoed, but they haven't made a decision yet or edited any of it yet. So I don't know if it will be on there or not.
Okay.
To answer the question that I know you're getting at, Yazan, is yes, your entire family is gonna find out about this.
Please, I need your help. I swear, I'm even a virgin. I did not do sex in my life.
Okay.
I not do sex in my life. For sex, he did not come.
So,
All right. Well, let me read you what your rights are, and then that way, then we can talk about everything, and then whatever questions you have, I'll be able to answer them for you.
Wait, is that a skin condition or some sort of disease on the side of his face?
But you've got to try to relax, because I can tell that you're really, really nervous and you're really shaking, and right now you're not going to get hurt. Nothing.
I don't want. I know that you will not help me, but the situation will help me. If it's on the TV or if I am arrested like that, my future will be destroyed. I'm not.
Yes, your future will be destroyed. Stop just thinking about yourself, Yazan. You came there to do horrible, disgusting things with a 13-year-old girl.
Bad person. I did not do any criminal in my life. I told you even I did not do any sex with a woman.
All right. Well, let me read this to you and explain it to you, and then we'll be able to
She's like, yeah, whatever. Let's just get back to business here.
talk about what happened tonight. You'll be able to tell me what went on. Okay. All right. You have the right to remain silent, and anything you say may be used as evidence against you. You have the right to talk to an attorney and have him present with you anytime during any questioning. If you can't afford an attorney, one will be appointed to represent you. And if at any time you wish to stop talking or have an attorney present, all questioning will be stopped at your request. What this is saying is that I want to talk to you and I want to find out what happened tonight.
Which is police code for we want evidence to convict you.
If you will talk to me, then that will be great. If you want to talk to me and at some point in time you decide...
Stop trembling, buddy. A lot of other men have been through this before you, and they didn't tremble like this. Stop pretending like somehow you're the scared little helpless victim here.
...that you want to stop talking and you want to have an attorney, then we would stop talking. Do you understand? Okay. With these rights in mind, are you willing to talk to me?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, try to relax. These first set of questions.
Yeah, he obviously thinks that he can talk his way out of this. If he just tells her that he doesn't want to be exposed and he doesn't do this kind of thing and he's still a virgin, then he'll just be let go.
These are going to be very, very easy. I've just got to get your personal information, okay? Okay. Do you need some water or something? You need some water? Okay, let me get you some water. Just sit right there.
Or maybe it is cold. I did mention in the Safraz Khan interview that happened right at the same time as this guy, and the police woman there said mentioned how cold it was, and I kind of made a joke about it. But seeing this guy tremble, maybe it is cold in there.
Investigator Morgan?
Yes.
Can we get Yazan a glass of water, please?
A glass of water?
A cup of water, if we can find a cup of water.
Yeah, I'll have John bring that.
Maybe the decoy from Murphy, Texas drank it all.
Okay, thank you. Okay. I think Investigator Eckerson's going to bring in some water for you. Okay, Yazan, what is your last name?
Asfour.
Holy shit, it can't be that cold in there. Stop trembling, it's kind of annoying me.
Asfour? And your first name is spelled Y? Yazan. Do you have a middle name? Water, because he just needs to try to relax and...
Your first name is Yaz? Yes. It's not as bad as it seems, okay?
Well, yeah, it is as bad as it seems.
I'm not going to lie to you, okay? It's not good, okay? I need you to calm down.
Oh, okay, you know what? I'll explain something. When I came to the United States, I want to achieve. I want to study, to have my degree, and to be something here. And with not what happened now.
None of that matters. It doesn't matter how good of a person you are and what degree you have and all this other stuff that we've seen other guys claim as some sort of reason that they wouldn't do this kind of thing, yet here they are.
I'm destroyed.
Okay, well,
I'll be destroyed. That's simple.
That's not something that is taken into consideration when you commit a crime. If you do some sort of horrible crime, especially one like this, the authorities, the judges and so forth are not going to be like, oh, you know what? This guy's life's going to be destroyed if he has to go to prison, therefore we can't put him in prison. You can only go to prison if it's not going to affect you in any way. It doesn't work like that. It's like, if you do the crime, you do the time. They're not going to care that you're going to be embarrassed by all of this.
No, also, my family, oh my god. I can't imagine what is happening. I told
okay.
you.
And we're going to talk about what's happening, okay?
If you're that concerned about all of this, why are you going online and having these disgusting conversations?
We're going to talk about what's happening. I need you to calm down so you can kind of comprehend, okay? And listen to what I'm saying. All right? Take a couple deep breaths. If you want some water, I'll help you drink it, and we'll talk about what's happening. Okay? You want some water? Yeah. More, sure.
This male detective here, he kind of sounds like that really annoying detective in the Paul Westwood interrogation, and that other guy, can't remember that other guy's name, but if you've watched them, you know what I'm talking about. This guy kind of sounds like him.
All right, take a couple deep breaths.
Please, I need you to help me.
Okay. Let's start at the beginning. I know you got a lot of questions. You got a lot of things you want to say.
Yeah.
Let's start at the beginning. Okay. You've been chatting with
If you could just confess to this crime in a chronological order, it would just make it simpler for us.
this girl online, right? Okay. And at some point, you did send her some pictures.
Yeah.
Okay. And based on what I've heard about the chats, okay, you calm, okay. When you're shaking around like that, you can't really hear me very well. Based on what I've seen about the chats and all that, you are somewhat into the slave-master relationship. Is that pretty correct?
Come in.
I'll tell you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's pretty bad timing. You ask a guy an embarrassing question like that. You're into master-slave relationships, and then all of a sudden there's a knock at the door. Come on in.
Very much. Okay.
I'll tell you something. I know it's a bad thing to explain these things, but I'll tell you. Honestly, when I deal with a girl, I deal with a girl like respect, you know?
I understand that.
Yeah, and I did not want to have sex with her. And I told the lady, now, I'm even a virgin, you know?
He's a virgin? I think he means a virgin. Thing is, how could you, if he's like 26 and he's a virgin, I mean, it's possible, just the fact that, you know, his, he possibly has very strict religious beliefs, like his background kind of would lead him to not have sex, basically. But if he was, how did he develop these insanely extreme interests? It just seems like this is the kind of the stuff he's into would be the kind of thing that you would get into after having sex many times, and then you start making it more and more extreme. How do you get into BDSM and all this other stuff without ever having any sexual experience whatsoever? It just seems very, very odd. I don't know if he's telling the truth or not. It does seem kind of weird. And it's kind of going back to the what's that guy's name? The P guy, Jerry Wayne Kosis, where I haven't read this guy's chat, but what he might be saying is that he didn't talk about sex. All he talked about was her, you know, whipping him and putting a dog collar on him and treating him like a toilet and all this other gross stuff. So basically he's saying that stuff is not sex. That's just like different stuff. The same with Jerry Wayne Kosis. Like, he wasn't sexually graphic in the same way that most guys are, but it was all about peeing because he got off sexually on the peeing, just like this guy gets off sexually on the BDSM and the toilet stuff, which is revolting. But if you're getting off on it and you're a adult and the girl is a minor, it's still absolutely wrong. It's no better than any other guy.
That's not my,
But based on your chat with her and your conversation, you may not have wanted to have had intercourse with her, but you did want a master-slave relationship, which means you did want her to...
Honestly, you know what? I will explain.
Okay.
Yeah, I was talking about this stuff, but in my goal, I thought about a relationship. Maybe it was with the young girl, and I found...
He's saying he wants a relationship with her? So he wants a relationship with her, and he wants to do disgusting stuff with her as long as they don't have sex, and he thinks that that's somehow a defense?
late, you know.
Okay.
But that's not my goal.
Okay.
My goal is not to have sex with a girl, even a teenager.
Okay.
Even if that's true, which I really, really doubt, doing all that other stuff that you talked about, that's just as bad. This girl would probably be just as traumatized by you being, doing all that toilet stuff to each other and all that other graphic stuff. Like, that would traumatize a 13-year-old just as bad as the sexual stuff. So it doesn't matter, like, the specific acts you do. Just the fact that you talked about this, you sent graphic pictures of yourself, and then you drove to the house. This guy's trying to pretend like somehow he's, like, not a danger when he is.
I understand that, but like I said, based on your conversation, okay, based on your chat, you did want some type of master-slave relationship, based on what I'm getting out of your chats, okay? So it's safe to say, based on your chats, you did want her to do something. Maybe it wasn't intercourse, but you did want her to do something.
Honestly, when I came like, she told me that her grandfather, he's not here, so I wanted, and you can see the chat. I told her I want to pamper you, I want to adore you. That's it.
Yeah, like, that's just your way in the door. That's like Lauren saying, "Oh, I love you," and all this other stuff. That's not a defense. He wants to pamper and adore her. If I was the dad of this 13-year-old, I don't want this asshole coming over there to pamper and adore her. I don't want them having any sort of relationship. I don't want them ever meeting. He's trying to pretend like he's a good guy. Does he seriously believe this? Is the rules of his religion, do they state that you're allowed to do anything you want with other people as long as it's not the specific act of intercourse?
I did not plan to do anything bad for him or.
You say he's not going to do anything bad? It's kind of hard to understand this guy with his accent, the broken English there. But if he's trying to say he wasn't going to do anything bad, what does this guy consider bad?
You know, to hit her or have sex with her or, you know.
Okay, but at some point, you would be naked and collared, okay? So at some point, you did intend to be naked in front of her.
Yeah, and if it's that kind of situation where he's going to be naked and it's a situation that arouses him, like he does this because he's sexually aroused by it, that is still a sexual act. Even if there's no contact with the other person, it's still a sexual act.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know. But those pictures I did not take it for her, honestly.
But they were sent to her. Dude, let me tell you this, okay? Let me tell you this. The best thing you can do is be honest with me.
I am honest.
Okay,
with
no,
you.
you sent her these pictures, okay? You sent her these pictures, okay? You cannot sit there and tell me that at some point, okay? At some point, you did not intend to be naked in front of her or have her do things to you. Okay, don't sit there and shake your head to me because I know that is not true.
I'll tell
Okay?
you something.
Yeah, from just the segment in the To Catch a Predator show when they just show clips of what he said and some of the blurred out pictures, it was very graphic. He did say all of this stuff. He can't all of a sudden backtrack now and say, "Oh, it's not that bad."
I need you to be honest with
I
me.
swear I'm honest. I swear. You know what? I'm even a virgin. I told you I'm a virgin. You know what that means?
I understand that. However,
There's been other virgins on the show, and they went to prison, so you don't have a defense. It's not going to help you.
I also
It just makes it kind of strange that you're a sex offender and also a virgin. It seems counterintuitive, but here you are.
see what your past actions are, okay? We need to get past this hump, man. We need to get past this denial and get on to the next step, okay? And to do that, I need you to be honest with me.
I am not honest.
Okay, you may not have intended to have had intercourse with her, but based on what I'm getting here, you did intend at some point to have some type of improper contact with her based on your slave fantasy.
You know what? Honestly, my plans were, as I told you, I wanted a relationship. That's my goal. Maybe I did not do everything right.
You wanted a relationship with a 13-year-old girl, and you're using that as like you're flat out stating that to the police like it's some kind of defense. Lauren wanted a relationship too, and we don't give him any credit for it.
Like, maybe I had bad things like send a picture, but
You wanted to have a relationship. How old are you?
I'm 26.
26? And she's
I found late that she is
13 years old.
I found late that she is 13.
Yeah, you found it out when she told you. And you still kept talking to her like that, and you still drove over.
You found out on
I did not know this
November 18th that she is 13.
That's true, but you know, when she put the age, I did not recognize. I can't see everything.
Yes. Let's
He can't see everything. Is this going back to the whole thing where the guys deny that they saw that particular part of the message? They managed to see the address and all the sexual stuff they were talking about, but they somehow didn't see the age, which is the one thing that's going to trip him up and get him put in prison. Is that what he's saying?
let's stop. Okay, let's stop. Can I be naked and with a collar on my neck? Okay.
And that's the kind of thing, wouldn't you wait until you're in a relationship with someone before bringing this kind of thing up? Why would you bring this up, like, in the chat before you've even met the person? Like, he probably doesn't even know her last name or any details about her life. It just seems like maybe he's not the good person he's portraying himself as, because normal people wouldn't do that. Just seems like most kinky sexual stuff like that, you'd be in the relationship first. You would get to know the person, meet the person first, and then, obviously with an adult, not a minor, and then after you've engaged in normal sexual activity, you would start to explore your kinks together. I'm pretty sure that's how most normal people do it. I don't think you just open with the absolute most disturbing graphic stuff and then go to meet the person. It doesn't seem like that's a normal way to do things. And all of that aside, him doing it in a weird order that's inappropriate, all of that doesn't really matter because the fact is he's going to meet a minor, so it's kind of a moot point.
Now, I can go through and page by page pick out what you've said to her, and you want to sit across from me and tell me that I didn't intend to have sex with her, I didn't intend to do any of this. Come on, man.
I swear I'm not.
No, I don't want to hear I swear, because let me tell you what I've learned.
Yeah, saying you swear isn't any better than saying you're just being honest. It doesn't mean you're telling the truth.
In 15 years of law enforcement, when people say, I'm going to be honest with you, I'm going to tell you the truth, or I swear, that means that the next statement is going to be a lie.
No.
Okay?
Yeah, that's true.
I will tell you something. Okay?
Tell me, you want to tell me something, tell me what you intended to do based on your chat with her. Tell me the truth.
That's it. I swear I did not want to have sex. I swear to God.
But at some
I swear
point-
on the Quran. I swear to Allah.
But
I am
at some
Muslim.
point, you were going to get naked in front of her. Come on, man. You traveled this far to meet a 13-year-old girl,
You know why? Because I wanted to have a relation, but I did not.
and you wanted to do that at 3 in the morning. Come on.
Yeah, I wanted to. I'm pampered here. Yeah, I did not. But I did not want to have sex with her. That's different.
So the difference is you would be naked in front of her, and you would have her do...
That is not my goal. I did not came just to have naked. I can be naked with any girl in Tampa, near me. That's my goal. You don't...
Dude, I'm going to tell you the truth. I don't believe you, okay? I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be straight up with you. I'm not playing games with you.
Yeah, I tend to agree with this cop. I think that this guy that we're looking at is a huge pervert who had very bad intentions. I mean, it's possible, it's slightly possible that he would not have quote-unquote sex with her because maybe his religious beliefs are so deep. But if he's willing to do all this other stuff, that's just as bad. And quite frankly, if he was in a situation where he was in a relationship with this girl doing all this stuff, it would have obviously escalated to full-on sex at some point. So even if that was not his intention right away, and whatever excuse he gives about only wanting to do this other stuff, like, he's guilty one way or the other.
I've been doing this quite a while. I don't believe you. You're not telling me the truth, okay? You don't travel from Tampa at 3 in the morning to have a relationship with a 13-year-old girl at 26 years of age after you've sent her naked photographs of yourself. You've told her several times over what you would like her to do to you, okay? You don't do it. And don't sit there and tell me I swear, because I don't want to hear I swear anymore. I swear doesn't cut it, okay?
Do not ask yourself that I can do sex with any girl.
I understand that. I understand that.
With any girl like more than 18 years old.
I understand that.
Hey, wait a minute.
But then why
If
did
you could do that, why did you drive to Flagler Beach from Tampa at 3 o'clock in the morning?
You know, when she chat with me and when she talked with me, she was a nice girl. And I want...
But there's no nice girls in Tampa.
No, I mean when she was talking...
There's no girls willing to do all the sick shit that he's into. He finally found someone that was willing to do all of the stuff and was a minor, so he was like, ding, 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 like he won the jackpot, so he immediately drove over there. No other grown woman would want to do that stuff, like, right off the bat with this guy. It's such weird, extreme stuff that unless you're paying some sort of prostitute to do it, you're not going to find some teenage girl willing to do this kind of thing, and he thought that he did. So he thought he hit the jackpot, so he was willing to drive as far as it took him. But obviously it was a sting, because no real person would ever do this, especially with this guy.
talking to me, she was like, she treated me good and this things, you know.
But she was 13 years old.
Yeah, but I was
Dude,
talking.
you're running out of answers, okay? And when you run out of answers, the only answer is the truth, okay? And right now, this speaks louder than anything else you're saying.
Okay, what do you want to hear?
I want to hear the truth. I want to hear the truth, and the truth is...
My truth. I did not want to have sex with her. I did not want.
What about the
Did
rest
you-
of the things in here?
Yeah, it's like, forget about the sex. Okay, sure, we believe you. You were going to have sex with her. But you were going to do all this other stuff that you were sexually aroused by, which was very disgusting and disturbing to do with anyone, let alone a minor. It's still completely illegal and immoral. So, like, I don't think he understands. He thinks if he could just prove that he wasn't going to have actual sex, he's free to go. But it's like, we're not talking about that. We're talking about you doing the stuff that you said you were going to do.
Did you bring the collar tonight?
I don't. I'm not. I'm like that.
Well, they have your car, and they're bringing your car here, so if it's in your car, they're going to find it.
I don't have a car in my car. You can find. You can search.
So there's no collar in your car.
No.
And, maybe he's telling the truth. Maybe it's not. But he guaranteed has one at home because he had a picture of himself wearing it. So obviously he has one. And like some of the other guys have said, the Thomas Shin, where it's like, oh, they actually said before they were exposed that they weren't going to do anything sexual that time, but maybe the next time. So even if he's telling the truth, like he didn't come, he wasn't going to do all this BDSM master-slave stuff this time. Even if he just came to meet her this time and was going to do that the next time or the time after that, it's still illegal and still wrong because he fully intended to do that at some point.
What are they going to find in your car? Did you bring something else other than a collar?
No, nothing. Nothing. I swear. You can't. You can't.
Well, let me ask you this.
Well, they're going to look because they've got to inventory your car because they have to bring it here. So they're going to look at the car. So if it's in there, they're going to find it.
No, it's not.
What if you had got it over here and she had wanted to have had sex with you?
I will not accept. Because many girls tried to have sex with me. I swear I am virgin. I swear to God.
Many girls want to have sex with him. Wow, what a stud you are, Yazan, you lucky bastard.
So what did you drive here for tonight?
I said because I wanted to know her. I wanted to know her. I wanted to be with a relationship with her.
Why would you do that at 3 a.m. when you could?
Why would you want to be in a First of all, why would you want to be in a relationship with a 13-year-old? Put that aside. This is someone you barely know. You just had this pretty much superficial online only chat. You've never seen her in real life. You know nothing about her. I bet you his entire chat was just him saying disgusting sexual things. It wasn't anything to get to know her. And you've never even met her in real life. Why would you want a relationship with her? The only reason you wanted a relationship with her is because she seemed willing to do all the sick shit that he was into. And he didn't want to give that up. He's like, if I could be in a relationship with her and we could do this stuff on a regular basis, it saves him trying to find an adult woman who's willing to do this because they would not exist.
Leave it at 6 o'clock in the morning and get here at a decent time.
Okay, you know what? I will tell you. I was planning to come in the afternoon, but I could not. Then I was planning to come at 7, 8.
Doesn't matter what time you were coming, as long as it's between the hours of 7 a.m. and 4 p.m. No, if you come in the day or the night or morning, afternoon, whatever, it's still wrong. It doesn't matter what time you're going to come.
I could not too, and because I did not want to find that I'm a liar or a guy that say without doing, like that I'm a good guy. Because I showed her I'm a good guy.
You are not a good guy, Yazan. You are definitely not a good guy. Nowhere close.
So that I came now. And also I wanted to tell her.
That's the whole thing about the To Catch a Predator and the takedown shows, is that they very rarely capture good guys. Because if you're doing the kind of stuff that gets you captured and exposed on this show, it means you're not a good guy.
I'm going home because I did not find the winner. But that happened.
So you were going to tell her when you got in there at 3 o'clock in the morning that you were going home?
I meant when
He was just going to go over to tell her that he was not going to be going over.
she was talking to me on the phone, I wanted to tell her I'm going to home because it's late now.
Did you tell her that?
No, but honestly no, because she was getting me the direction, so I thought, okay, I don't want to disappoint her. I was really thinking in a good way. I did not think that she will do that.
On 11/18/06 at 2:12 a.m. you typed to her that you wanted her to slap you, okay, spank you, humiliate you, put a on, and engage in intercourse with you, go to the back of your face, okay? And there's some other stuff here. Yeah, and you wonder why I'm asking you for the truth.
You know what? Maybe when I deal with her with any other like girl, but I did not know that she's young and.
But about 25 lines up, she tells you she's a 13-year-old female. Okay?
Like, I wonder, was he turned on by the fact that she was underage? Or was he just willing to do this with anyone that was willing to do it? The main thing is he wanted someone willing to engage in all this disgusting acts that he wants to do. And at whatever age they were, he was willing to do that. It could be either way. I'm not sure.
At 2 o'clock, she tells you she's a 13-year-old female. And at 2:12, you tell her what you would like her to do, which leads me to believe that you would like her to do these things to you, and you would let her do these things to you. And that's why you came here.
But I knew that she will not do that because she's not into that.
But
if that's what you want, then why would you want to go be with her if she's not into that?
if she would have said that she would have done any of those things to you, you would have let her do them.
No, I'll tell you something.
You would have let her do them.
No, please wait. I know that she will not do because she's new and I mean she doesn't know anything about this lifestyle. So you know.
Then why would you bring it up in graphic detail and send her pictures of it? Like, you're obviously trying to groom her to the point where she would start doing stuff like this.
So if I was planning to do that, I could meet with any woman into this stuff, you know?
In the span of 12 minutes and 16 seconds, you went from her age to what you would like her to do to you.
There you go. That's pretty incriminating there, buddy.
Okay? And then you traveled 4 hours to get here. Okay?
You traveled 4 hours? Yeah. You're not going to travel 4 hours just to meet someone unless you were pretty sure that you were going to get what you wanted out of the relationship.
Yes. You're not making any sense, buddy.
No,
You're not making any sense.
you know, I swear. Okay, without I swear. That's what
He caught himself there. No, I don't swear.
I mean. That's why I mean, I'm not lying about myself because I'm saying always the truth.
I don't believe you're lying. I believe that's what you would like her to do to you.
No. Okay. Maybe if she's into that. Okay.
So if you had gotten over here,
I know.
If you had gotten over here, and she had been into that, you would have let her do that to you. Okay?
Excuse me?
If you had gotten over here and she had been into that, you would have let her do that to you.
I don't know about the situation.
Okay, here's the thing too. Soon as you walked in here and sat down, you asked for help. And you said that you were in a really bad situation and you asked for help. I can't help you, and Investigator Eckerson can't help you if you don't tell the truth.
Now,
and right now, you are not telling the truth.
Is admitting you have a problem, and you're not doing that. Okay, you're sitting here going, "I swear, I swear, I wouldn't do that."
Okay, wait. You want me to say that I wanted to do it?
I want you to tell the truth.
That's the truth. I do not want to have sex with her.
So you talked about sex with
her. You may
her.
not want her to have sex with you, but like I said, in the span of 2 minutes and 16 seconds, or 12 minutes and 16 seconds, you told her what you did want her to do to you. Correct?
Maybe, okay, maybe.
And maybe. And the thing is, like, even if you didn't want to do this kind of stuff, why are you talking about it at all? Even just having this kind of discussion where you're sending graphic pictures of yourself and talking about sexual things that you get off on, if you're discussing this with a minor, that is horrible. You shouldn't be having anywhere near this type of conversation. And as a 26-year-old man who does not know this girl in any way, you have no reason to be talking to her at all. Even just chatting with them about innocent stuff is very eyebrow-raising and alarming. You should just not be chatting up underage people online. How could he say that he's completely innocent?
But that doesn't mean that it will happen. The words are not the truth.
But
Well, of course it won't happen, because no one's actually going to do that with you, because it's disgusting and fucking revolting.
means that if she would have been into it, you most likely would have let her do
You
it.
can't say that because before.
But we can say that because you just drove 4 hours.
But I swear I drove just because she was nice and I wanted to treat her well.
She would have been nice on the telephone or something. She would have been nice meeting her during daylight hours. She would have been nice meeting her in a public place. All that stuff he didn't do. He came in the middle of the night when she was home alone. So, yeah, don't give me that, Yazan.
And she was nice with me, and that's what.
Yes, do I look like I fell off the turnip truck yesterday? Come on. You're trying to sell me something that's not even sellable, okay? You're trying to tell me something that's not even sellable.
I like that this police officer is pretty direct. He's calling this guy out on his bullshit. Not all the cops do that.
You know, the bottom line is, you met her online. She told you how old she was. 12 minutes and 16 seconds later, you're telling her what you would like to do. You sent her these photographs of yourself, and you drove 4 hours to come over here to see if she would do any of these things. Don't sit there and go like this, because I'm going to tell you right now, brother, you ain't wanting help very bad. Okay? It's easy to come in here and say, I got a problem, and then sit here and lie to me.
Okay.
You need to be honest with yourself, man.
I'm honest, but okay, what do you want to hear? Okay.
We want to hear what your intentions were when you got here tonight, and we want to hear the truth of what your intentions were.
Okay. Okay, when I came, I swear I did not mean to have sex. And I did not have condom even, if I have sex, you know? That's not my plans. If I wanted to have sex, I will not forget the condom, right? That's the first thing. When I came like, I told you, I wanted to be, to meet here, to know here, you know? And after that, okay, maybe...
To see if she would do any of these things. Okay, because none of these things involve having sex. Okay?
Okay, but you know, I know that she's not doing that because she is not into that. I said again, she is not, and she's told me that she doesn't know anything.
Okay. Are you into that?
Yeah, but kind of.
Yeah, considering that pretty much makes up the majority of what he talked about during the chat, from what I gather, and he repeatedly talked about it and sent pictures of it, yeah, you wouldn't bring that kind of thing up if you were not into it, because it's probably going to be a turnoff to virtually anyone in the human race. If
you're into that, why would you want to be with someone who's not into that?
Because that's not my goal of the relationship. If I found a girl with these things, okay, that's fine. But that's not a big deal. Okay, maybe I want to be with a girl. If she's into that, okay, that I don't mind. That's it. But my goal is to be with a girl that she adores me. She, you know, like any other man. You know, that's my plan.
But once again, had she been into that, that probably would have taken place. Okay? I understand what you're saying, but I also understand what you wrote. Okay? I understand what you're looking for. Okay? But...
Can I drink water, please?
Yeah. The bottom line is, yes, okay, you had certain desires that you expressed to her, okay? I don't see in there where any of them involved sex. However, they did involve her doing some things to you, okay? And you drove across the state of Florida.
Too bad this guy and Jerry Wayne Kosis weren't gay, because they could probably have a very healthy, satisfying relationship with each other, because they're both into the same kind of things.
Okay. And at
Just don't go over to their house, because it probably smells pretty bad.
some juncture, if she had been willing, you would have let those things happen. Okay? That's what I believe. And you can sit there and shake your head all you want.
Okay. You
However,
know what? Okay, I'll tell you something. Maybe it will not. I mean, it will not make you satisfied. But I was with girls in the same room, and they were naked, and they were told me to have sex with them, and I told them no.
What? That's a weird scenario to be in. So you were in a room, and there was like several naked girls there, and they said, "Have sex with us," and you said no. Yeah, that seems weird. I know what he's getting at. Obviously, is that he's trying to say he's had opportunities to have sex before, and has turned it down. So somehow that means he's of such strong moral fiber, so that he cannot be tempted into doing anything sexual. But that doesn't matter. Just because you didn't do things in the past doesn't mean that you did not do them this particular time. And I doubt this guy has been in that many situations where these alleged naked women were just trying to get it on with him and he was turning them down. I don't think that happened.
Okay.
I understand that.
So you can't say that something about me that I did not do it. You know.
No, but what I can say is you came over here because this is what you wanted done. You
Okay,
even said it in there that you wanted that done.
Okay, but again, I think in another way. If I want that, I mean the goal. Sorry, for me, I could meet any woman into this stuff.
But the point is, you didn't.
Is he seriously just trying to brag that he's just such a ladies' man? I can have any woman I want, so why would I choose this 13-year-old? That's like the David Schumacher defense. It's so stupid. If you could have any woman you want, why didn't you have one of those women instead of traveling 4 hours to meet this particular one that happened to be a 13-year-old girl?
You met a 13-year-old girl online and you drove across the state.
I came here. I came to see her just to know her. That's my goal. To know her, to have a relationship like any other guy, but without sex. But I mean it. I want to know the girl first. I want to know if she's the right girl for me. Then I will think about sex.
Yeah, the right girl for him. He wanted to go over and see if he could talk her into doing this kind of stuff. If she would have done it, she's the girl for him. If she was not into it, he would have just tried harder.
Not planning to do things.
And this is an icebreaker?
Okay, that's picture maybe for me, that's bad picture, I know. But that doesn't mean that I want to have sex too. Yeah, I did not do sex. I did not do sex.
Yes, don't have stupid.
I'm not due sex. For sex I did not come. These guys have to learn how to like properly conjugate verbs or something. I don't know. They just have such weird ways of saying that.
Written on my forehead. Do I? Because you're talking to me like I'm stupid, okay?
No.
Now, here, I'm telling you the facts as we see them, as you've put them, okay? And you're sitting there telling me
Sir, I understand
garbage.
what you think. No, I will tell you something. But
Now, don't tell me something unless you're going to tell me the truth, okay? Because I've been sitting here listening to this fairy tale story that you're making up about wanting to get to know this girl when in a matter of 12 minutes, you've told her what you want her to do. Man, I'm tired of being lied to, and that's what you're doing to me. You're lying to me. Yes,
Yeah, Yazan, you're lying to us too. We're all sick of it. Us and the detective are sick of your bullshit.
you are.
so
You do.
So you think I came
I
to
think
have sex?
that in the span of 12 minutes and 16 seconds, you went from finding out her age to telling her exactly what you want her to do to you. You even say that's what you want her to do to you.
I did not do
And
it.
then,
Okay.
I know you didn't do it, but you came across the state
No.
with the intentions of having it done.
No, but
Yes, you did.
okay, if she was experienced with that, maybe you can say that. But
Even at 13 years of age.
no.
Why would a 13-year-old be experienced in that? To be honest, why would anyone be experienced in that kind of thing, but let alone an underage person? That's just not possible.
I'll tell you something. When about 13 years old, I will not come for.
She told you she was 13, and you did come.
Yeah, but
Damn, he stole my line.
I did not come for interaction with her. I mean, for relation with sex and this stuff.
Throughout the whole thing that I'm reading, you have said to her a couple of times, please call her me. I want you to call her me. Please remember that I'm always on my knees with my collar for you.
You need to dig down deep, brother, and admit that you have a problem. And
Yeah, you got some sick shit going on in your mind there, Yazan Asfour. Now you're trying to claim that, oh, you're such a good guy and you've turned down sex so many times. Well, maybe if you did not turn down sex from those other adult women that were in the room with you naked, maybe you could have had some sort of normal sexual experience and you wouldn't have all this twisted stuff going on in your mind where you're seeking out the most vile, disgusting acts to be done to you from a minor. So maybe the sex isn't what's so bad about this. Maybe if you did that and had a relationship with a grown woman, you wouldn't be in this situation and you wouldn't be such a disgusting man.
admit the truth
But hey, that's just me.
and stop sitting here and telling me this fairy tale that you think is going to get you out of this jam that you got yourself
We're
in.
not saying that you don't think that she might be a special girl or she might be the girl for you. We're not saying that you don't.
But I told
Feel
her
that you
I
care
like-
about
no,
her,
no,
but-
no, I told her I like you. I told her, and she said that too.
And we're not denying, we're not
not
saying that
denying
you're
that,
not
but-
telling the truth about that. I believe that you felt that you had a connection with her and that you wanted to spend time with her. But I don't believe that you drove 4 hours after you've talked to her about the collar, the other things that you wanted to do with her. You did not drive 4 hours to do nothing.
You're not doing yourself any favors by sitting here and trying to convince yourself
No.
that that was your intentions. Because you're not convincing us, you're convincing yourself, Yaz.
Sam, you know what? Again, I did not come just. I mean, I don't know.
I know you didn't come just for that, but you came for that also.
But I
Well put.
could do
No, I
it
don't-
with an adult.
I don't hear that because every other guy could go a block over and find another girl. You go to a university, they're littered with women. I understand that. However, the bottom line is you drove across the state of Florida 4 hours to find this particular girl that you've been chatting with online, okay?
My
Who
goal
is
just-
significant.
Yeah, exactly. If he was just looking for someone to have a relationship with, why would it have to be this specific person who lives so far away? There's a lot more other options. And apparently this guy, it's not like this guy has any shortage of women in his circle. If what he's saying is true, that he's turning down sex from all these women, obviously he has them around, friends of friends or coworkers, whatever they are, they're in his circle. So why the hell would you have to drive 4 freaking hours to meet this one particular individual?
My goal
Younger
was,
than you.
My goal was to know her because she was nice with me.
Yes, your goal was to have her do the things.
And I mean, maybe there's a grain of truth there that she was nice to him and he found that shocking because most women are probably not nice to him. If he's always bringing this up within like 12 minutes of having the first chat with a woman, they're probably extremely grossed out by it and think he's a huge creep. So the fact that this one girl continued to talk to him, yeah, maybe he did think that, hey, this is weird. She's being very nice to me. But yeah, I still don't buy his reasoning that that's the reason he went over. We all know what the reason was he did that.
That you typed in there
M-
at some point.
Yeah, maybe that's true after I know her, but not in the first
What?
meeting.
And how long were you going to wait after you knew her?
That I don't
She's
know.
13 years old. Were you going to wait another 5 years till she was 18?
I mean, you're already sending her nude photographs of yourself. You're already
You've
sending
sent
her
her nude photographs.
nude
of yourself.
photographs.
You're sitting here minimizing and downplaying everything,
once,
yes?
by the way. Yeah, that was once. I sent her, and maybe I was wrong about that. Yeah, I was wrong when I sent her.
Maybe you've been wrong about the whole thing, man.
Yeah, but the picture will not judge all the situation, because she will. It will not judge my goals. I swear I did not mean that.
At 12:09 on
God.
the 9th, yesterday morning, you write, "Just kiss, hug, and keep me." I mean, you're obviously thinking about sexual things with her for when you get there.
Yeah, even if he's talking about quote unquote romantic type stuff, that's just part of his grooming. Like Lauren did the same thing. There were other guys that did that. They tried to pretend, oh, they want a relationship, and they, they call them sweetie and all this other stuff. Like that's just it's just part of their process, but it's not what their ultimate goal.
It's just yesterday.
No, I did not have sex with adults. I will not have sex with a teenager. Come on.
Why? Like, I get it in his mind. His religion says that sex is really bad. Okay, I mean, believe whatever the hell you want. But why would he believe that other people think that? Most people in the Western world are going to look at the kind of stuff that he was doing and doing that kind of thing with a minor far worse than just having sex with an adult. That's really not that bad. So why would he assume that other people think the same thing?
That's the truth. Yeah.
Okay, you wouldn't have intercourse with her. But what about all the other things you've written, man?
The other thing.
Hey, we're sitting here going around in a circle. The other things you would let her do.
Maybe not later. I mean, maybe later when I know her. Maybe when we have really a good relationship. Okay, maybe. But that doesn't mean I came just to have those things.
And it doesn't mean you didn't.
It doesn't matter if you came just to have that, if you came for a relationship and to do that, or any sort of friendship and to do that, that's just as wrong. If any part, even aside from all that, just you traveling to meet a minor, guys have gotten in trouble for doing that too, because even that part of it's wrong. There's no part of what he did this night that is justifiable or excusable.
But that doesn't mean that I came for that.
Yes, you came for that. Okay, you came for that. Okay.
For sex, he came. For sex, he did come.
You can sit here and say what you want, and you can lie to yourself,
I swear
and
I
you can
won't
convince yourself, okay? You can convince yourself that that's what you came for, but when it's all boiled down, okay, and they see the pictures in court, and they see the transcripts, what do you think I'm sitting here talking to you for my health?
Sir,
You've sat here and you've lied to me, and you've tried to lie to yourself,
I
okay?
swear I did not.
And I've been sitting here the whole time telling you, you need to be honest. You need to help yourself out by being honest.
Sir, okay, what do you want to hear?
I want to hear the
help
truth,
me.
yeah?
No, just to help
No, I want to hear the truth.
The truth.
And you're not telling me the truth.
The truth.
Based
I swear-
on this.
No, the truth. I swear I was. My goals like that. Those are my goals. I feel I'm a good guy. I need a girl.
Oh, you're a good guy, are you, Yazan?
But that's why I'm acting in this stupid way.
He's acting. Why is he acting in a stupid way?
I believe, yes, I'll tell you what I believe, and you tell me if I'm off base here. I believe that maybe you did want a relationship with this girl who's told you she's 13, okay?
Who's that?
I believe you did want a relationship with this girl who told
did.
you that you did,
I did.
okay? But I also believe that you wanted her to do all these things to you, okay?
Not
And-
necessary. Maybe it will. Maybe okay. I don't say no. Maybe later, yeah. If she is into that.
When later? Like Wednesday? Thursday? Like, if you're doing this at any point, basically in the next 5 years before she turns 18, it's a problem. To be honest, it's a problem at any age because it's fucking gross to do that kind of stuff. But, yeah, just trying to... I think some of these guys think that, like, they're in trouble for what they intended to do that day. But it's like, not necessarily. You're kind of in trouble for setting in motion a series of events that would lead you to doing that, whether it's that day or the next time they came over or a week later. Like, somehow they're putting themselves in a situation where eventually they would have done this kind of thing, and that's illegal.
that too. But my plans was to. Okay, when I found a good girl.
What if she had been into that tonight?
What do you mean?
What if she had been into this stuff tonight?
Right here, you're talking to her at 2 o'clock yesterday. You're talking about when you're coming, and you tell her, please tell me how you want me to serve you so I can know my limits. She says, what you said sounds cool. You said, really? She says, yeah. You say, will you make me naked on my knees all the time and sleep at your feet, worshiping
That's
them,
true,
and be
okay.
your dog?
That's true. Maybe, okay, I said that. But also, I did not...
No, maybe. You did say that. They have it in writing.
You write in here, will you in my mouth?
Yeah, I gotta say, Yazan, that's pretty fucked up.
And she says, you like that? You said yes. I feel I belong to you if you do it.
Maybe I wrote that, but...
She's saying that she's
You
into
wrote this
it.
yesterday.
You wrote it, and then you drove over here.
Okay, Sarah.
We're going around in circles here.
No.
Here we are. We're going around in circles. We're getting nowhere. Okay? That's what you wrote yesterday.
You know, I pay because I pay now because I feel I'm a good guy. Maybe I don't see that.
No one's saying you're not a good guy, Yaz. What I'm saying is you're not being truthful
Well,
about
I'm saying that he's not a good guy.
your intentions here, is what I'm saying, and we need to get over that hump.
Okay, I swear my intention. I came just to. Okay, not just to. Okay, to know her.
You came to know her, and you
Yeah,
came
and-
to have her do
and I was
what you wrote
planning,
about.
If she wants to have sex with me, I'll tell her no because I did not bring condom.
Well, and like I said, I'm not talking about having sex. I'm talking about the other things that you've written in here. Okay?
Yeah, we're talking about the stuff that you clearly and repeatedly said that you wanted to do.
And she said some of the things that you said sounded good. And what do you do the very next day? You come across the state to meet her with the intentions of doing some of those things. I mean, that would lead a reasonable and prudent man to believe
Okay, Sarah.
that that's what you
Okay,
intended.
if I say yes, it will help me.
No, it's not going to help you to say yes, even though that is the truth.
I don't want you to say whatever you think will help you. I want you to say the truth. And so far, what you're saying and what you wrote is two different things. I don't want you to tell me anything.
Okay, I can't say that I am not. I write stupid things, but always I don't mean that. In my life, in my whole life, when I write, some many things that I don't mean it like. I don't know how to explain it, but I mean, like, I feel when I write, I'm a good, I'm a good, very good guy, but in truth, I don't act like what I write. You know what I mean?
I don't know what you mean. I did not understand that.
My personality in the real thing is not like that.
So what you're contending is that this was all just a big fantasy, and you drove across the state to meet her to show her that
Honestly,
you're a
it
good
was
guy.
Fantasy, but I wanted to meet her, to know her. I did not say that I wanted to cheat on her or say untruth things to her. But I came to know her, to have relation with her. You know, I mean relation in general, not I mean sex relation. You know. So, again, I am a virgin guy. I don't look for sex.
No, and once again, I agree with you. Maybe you weren't looking for sex. However, you were looking for several other things that you wrote in here, and as early as yesterday, you were asking her if she was into any of them, and she said yes, and you drove across the state. So, you can sit there and you can justify it however you want, okay? However, your actions speak louder than your words, okay? And I'm done sitting here talking in circles with you. We're done.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
I want to help you. Okay, I want to help you.
I don't need help, Yaz. I'm not the one in trouble here, okay? You are. And I've sat here and I've tried to get you to tell me the truth, and you don't want to do that.
Sir,
You want
I
to sit here and
swear
convince
that's not the
yourself.
truth. Okay, you.
You know, we're done.
No, sir, wait, please. You want me to tell you that I wanted to her to do those things to me? I told you, if she wants later, yeah, I will not mind. Okay, but she's not experienced or so. You know, you need to know about that. Okay, please tell me, what do you want to hear?
You know what, Yaz? I wanted to hear the truth, and
Like what? I don't know what.
I'm not going to tell you what to say, because that's not the way this is done, okay? That's not the way this is done, okay? I offered you a chance to tell me the truth as to why you came over here.
Sir, I can't. I told
Okay.
you the truth. I do not want to interact with him. That's the truth. You want?
That's not what you're putting in here.
Maybe the words are not doing the word.
I want to have a relationship with you, and I want you to use me as your toilet are two entirely different things. Okay? Those are two entirely different things. Okay? She's a 13-year-old girl. You're 26?
Yeah, but
Okay?
Yeah, you have no business chatting her up to begin with and then traveling to her house to meet her alone to do anything, even if you're just going to talk, even if you're going to sit there in silence with each other. It's still an inappropriate situation. And obviously you had some sort of devious plans on your mind, because otherwise you would have gone during the day and met like at a public place, which you usually do when you meet someone for the first time. You went over to her house when she was left home alone late at night. Obviously you had bad intentions.
You're twice her age.
I swear.
Okay.
You know, wait, please. I wanted to know her. I wanted to be with, close to her. Maybe like a boyfriend later. Okay, maybe.
That's not good, Yazan. Why would you want that with a 13-year-old? And you barely know this person. All you talked about online was sick, disgusting things.
She's 13.
Or maybe like have her do some of the things that you wrote in here. Okay?
I did not say no, but later I did not do it. And,
That's fine then. That's fine.
If you weren't going to do it, why would you write her about it and talk to her about it and tell her you wanted her to do it and then drive out?
Yeah, if that was not your main intention, you could have just left all of that stuff out, because that's bound to scare off a lot of people, which it probably has in his life before. If you really just wanted to meet this person, why wouldn't you just travel there, meet them, see how they are, get to know each other, and then later bring up all this stuff instead of doing it right off the bat? Obviously, he probably knows that it turns off so many people that he has to bring it up right away. Otherwise, it's not worth it, because he doesn't want to spend weeks grooming someone only to find out that they run away at his first mention of it. So he wants to mention it right off the bat to make sure it doesn't scare him off. So yeah, who knows what's going on in his mind, but whatever his plans were for this night, one way or the other, they were wrong and illegal.
All the way over there.
she wanted to know. She wanted to.
And so you'll talk to her about it, but you wouldn't actually do it?
I'm sorry, Yaz, but I'm missing.
That doesn't make any sense.
I'm missing where in this. I'm
I
missing
know
where
you
in this
didn't do it.
conversation she asked
You didn't
that.
have the opportunity.
Oh, he's being double teamed now. Both detectives are just going at him simultaneously.
But if you had the opportunity,
You know what? Okay, sometimes you say a few things, but you don't do it. Maybe I have problem with that. Maybe I write, but that doesn't mean that I want to do.
You ask her if she wants a slave,
and you talk
she
about
responds,
it throughout.
"Where are you from?" She never asks you, "Well, what do you mean by that?"
What do you?
You know, she never asks you to explain it. You know, she didn't ask you anything like
Okay,
that.
Forget about the papers. I swear the paper doesn't show what I am. I am telling you what I am.
The paper doesn't. Yeah, it does show what you are. Don't pay any attention to all the stuff that I wrote down. Just believe all the stuff that I say after I've been caught.
Paper shows me why you drove across the state, Yaz. Okay? The paper shows me why you felt the need to get in your car, drive 4 hours to meet with a 13-year-old girl. Plain and simple. It gets no simpler than that, okay? I'm not sitting here. Well, you can convince yourself of that, but I'm not sitting here talking in circles with you any longer, okay? It's that simple, okay? She's going to get some information from you. You're going to be transported to the jail.
Oh my God. Please.
You need to stay in your seat.
Did he seriously not know that he would be going to jail? He thought he was just going to be let go because he can proclaim that he's a virgin, and you just somehow go home?
You need to stay in your seat, okay? That's the bottom line. It's non-negotiable.
Okay, sir, please, can you wait?
Why? So we can talk in circles anymore, man? I'm tired of you wasting my time.
Okay, no, I want to solve this. I'm not.
There's going to be no solving it.
No, I did not came here to be put in the jail.
It's too late for that.
Why is
Okay?
that?
It's too late. It's non-negotiable. You are under arrest. You are going to jail. Plain and simple.
Please,
Okay?
no.
You need to answer her questions so we can get going.
Sir, please help me. Sir, please help me.
Yes, it's non-negotiable. You are under arrest. You are going to jail. You need to answer her questions so we can get going.
Yeah, I'm going to skip ahead a bit more.
Is there any chance that I just put that our end everything here without jail, without media, without
No.
Is there any way you could just let me do this crime but not punish me or expose me in any way? No, there's no chance of that, Yazan.
Why is that?
No. Because you were online with a 13-year-old girl. You sent her photographs of your. You talked to her about. And you drove 4 hours to meet with her. So, at this point, there's not anything else that you're going to be able to do. Tonight, what's going to happen, you'll go out to the Flagler County Jail. You're going to go out there with no bond. You should see a judge within 24 hours, probably in the morning, but it could be the afternoon first appearance. That judge then can set a bond, and then you can bond out. You'll be able to get an attorney, and then you can go from there.
What do you mean for it?
You'll be able to get an attorney once you go in front of the judge. If
What's that? When does that mean?
an attorney, you don't know what an attorney is?
It's a lawyer.
An attorney is, I mean, it would be like your counsel. The person that would, you know, when you go to court, you have a prosecutor, and then you have a defense attorney. It would be the person that would help you with your defense.
Okay, after that.
Then you're going to have court dates, and you'll just have to consult with your attorney to find out what your options are going to be.
What did you
I'm pretty sure I read in this guy's wiki page that he fled the country before his trial.
have my options?
I can't advise you on that.
No,
As far as your options for tonight, you're going out to the jail. Okay?
jail, and I will put in a jail as a criminal.
You're going
That's how you explain it to a 1-year-old. Bad guys go to jail. What the hell are you talking about, Yazan, you fool?
to go to the jail, and then you'll go to first appearance, and then the judge will set a bond for you at first appearance. Just because you go out to the jail doesn't mean you're a criminal. You haven't been convicted of anything yet, but you've been charged and arrested.
So that will end my future, right?
Not necessarily. Let me go ahead and get this paperwork out there, and then we'll get you sitting out on the bench, and Investigator Morgan can talk to you a little bit further and probably answer maybe some of the questions that you've got. Okay?
Well, that is the end of the interrogation of Yazan Asfour. Yeah, I don't think that he understood the gravity of what he did. I think he's just completely clueless and he thinks he did nothing wrong, but he's a bad guy. All right, well, thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll see you all next time.